Welcome to NWTC International Student Show. This is a great time for you to learn about other countries and cultures from students and staffs of Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is the third episode of NWTC International Student Show. Let's learn more about Thailand from Sarah Stackhouse, an American student who lived in Thailand for 2 years. Thailand is a beautiful country in the Southeast Asia. Thailand was known as Siam. Thailand shares borders with Burma, Cambodia, Laos, and Malaysia. Thailand controls the only land route from Asia to Malaysia and Singapore. Across the Gulf of Thailand is Vietnam, and across the Andaman Sea are Indonesia and India. As the only country in the Southeast Asia to never have been colonized, Thailand has a long history beginning in 1238. Thailand was first formed as Sukhothai after the fall of the Khmer Empire. Thailand has a rich history and an equal rich art, craft, and cultural heritage dating back hundreds of years. There have been various external influences to Thai art and culture, including Asia and Western influence, and these outside influences have become just a part of the fabric that makes Thailand what it is today. Thai religious art is mostly defined in a period of time dating back to before the actual formation of the state we know as Thailand today and thereafter. The various styles or designs may have been as a result of the patronage of the leading class or ruling capital during the period. Visitors to Thailand will witness a country of contrast where modern and ancient, built and natural all vie for prominence. One thing is for sure, the Thai artistic and cultural style will be evident to enhance the scene whatever it may be. Modern hotel will state-of-the-art facilities will be enhanced with Thai pieces whether they are drawn, painted, photographed, sculptured, woven, or installed. Buddhism is the primary religion in Thailand with more than 90% of the population being Buddhist. There is small numbers of other religions including Islam, Christian, and Hindu. In rural areas especially, Buddhism is closely linked with other belief systems. The majority of the population follows Theravada Buddhism, the oldest form of Buddhism that was originally developed in India and based on the Four Noble Truths that Lord Buddha had released in order to become enlightened. Religion and Buddhism in particular plays a very important role in the everyday life of people of Thailand. The image of Buddhist temple, both old and new, literally dotted across the landscape is one of the most enduring image visitors take home with them. Whether traveling through lush green countryside or exploring small back lanes in Bangkok, there will always be a temple to interrupt the scene. The Thai people are generally very friendly, hospitable, tolerant, and always smiling. The Thai way is generally to avoid confrontation, which is considered to be rude. In fact, there is a Thai term, Jai Yen, which translates as cool heart, and this typifies the Thai way. Some particular things to be aware of are members of the Thai royal family are held in very high esteem by all Thai people, and the utmost respect is to be shown at all times. Image of the king or members of the royal family are to be seen everywhere and must be treated accordingly. Monks cannot touch a woman or be touched by her and cannot receive anything directly from her. On public transport, a woman should not sit next to a monk. There are often seats set aside for monks on public transport, for example, at the rear up and up-country bus. Thai people are generally conservative, so it's important to dress appropriately at all times. Legs and shoulders should be covered when entering temples. Topless bathing at the beach is frowned upon by all Thai people. Thai people consider the head to be a sacred part of the body and should not to be touched by others. Alternate, the feet are the lowest part of the body, so don't point with your feet and touch people on their head. When inside temples, it is polite to sit with legs to one side so the feet are not towards the Buddha image.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I was an international student in Thailand for 2 years. I just got back to the United States around 7 months ago, so I'm adjusting back to the US culture. At NWTC, I'm studying business management, and I'm hoping to graduate in the spring. Yeah, I actually grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I was there for about 15 years, and then I went to school in Minnesota for 1 year, and then I came to Wisconsin. My family moved here. My dad got a new job, so we came to Wisconsin about 3 years ago, and I graduated from Pulaski High School, which is in the area, but not in Green Bay. And then I went on exchange for 2 years, and I just got back. Well, it all started way back when. I was looking into studying abroad, and I found the Rotary International program, and it's an exchange program for students in high school. I think it's ages 16 to 19, I believe. I found out about the Rotary International program, and I immediately just loved it. Originally, when I started, through that process, I wanted to go to Europe. My heart was so set on Europe. And then we had this culture fair where inbound students, which are the students from other countries, and outbound students are the students who went to other countries. They set up different booths throughout the conference center where we were of the different countries. And so we had to walk around and visit the different countries. And so that's when I fell in love with Thailand. I thought it would just be the most magical experience, and it's so different from anything that we know here, which is what I wanted. I didn't want something that was so similar to US culture. I wanted something very, very different. Well, 2 years is a long time to learn many, many different things. First off, I didn't know the language when I went. So roughly around 9 months, that's when I was able to have conversations with my host family, my friends, just normal conversations, just conversations, which is really good. I learned a lot about their culture, a lot about people in general. And I think one of the most important things you learn as an international student is that your home, it truly is where your heart is, because, once you expand your horizons, once you go to new places, you'll have people that you care about everywhere in the world. And it's hard to find that balance sometimes of being in wherever you are, but also remembering the people in other countries and people that you've met along the way. So it's important to appreciate the present moment and be truly where you are at the time. One of my biggest challenges was right when I got there, not knowing the language, which is super goofy. I practiced it a little bit before I left, and every person you talk to will say this, that language is so, so important. It helps you make friends, it helps you get around, it helps you to learn about the culture, it helps you to learn everything about where you are. So learning the language is super important, and I wish I maybe would have spent more time up front learning the language, so that way when I got there I would have been better prepared. I had 5 different host families throughout my time, but when I got there, my host families didn't know English and I didn't know Thai. So that made it very interesting sometimes, even just for the simple daily things about, what time will you get picked up from school? What time will we come home? What time will we have dinner? Simple things like that are so important in communication and in our daily lives. So language is super important. I think one of the most important parts about Thai culture is slowing down and enjoying life. I feel like here in the US we're always rushing, and we don't always take the time to appreciate the people in our lives, the places that we are, the experiences we're having, memories we're making, because we're constantly always trying to come up and plan the future, and just, I think it's so important to live in the present moment, which is one of the main things I learned in Thailand. Being fluent, for me, I would never say that I'm fluent just because that's the person I am. I feel like there's always words you can learn, there's always new vocabulary you can use to broaden your language skills. So for me to say I'm fluent, I wouldn't go quite that far. But I can have normal conversations with my host family. I can understand with my friends. I can communicate effectively anything and everything that I need to communicate for the most part. So Oh my goodness, my Thai food. I miss it so much. I really miss the spices. When I first got to Thailand, I couldn't eat a lot of the foods because it's so different than here and so much spicier. And my body was just, it's too spicy. But throughout the time and with time and just eating it in general, it really helped me to adapt myself, to adapt my tongue to the new foods. I think what I miss the most is khanom jeena, kep nam ya. It's like a noodle, but I don't even know how to explain. But they're noodles, and you dip them in various curries, various sauces, things like that. And you'll eat them with pak, which is vegetables like sprouts, with onions, with things like that, and you mix it all together. Oh, I miss it so much. But it's not in a soup, so it's like they're noodles, and they're wet noodles, but they're not with liquid too. And then one of the other things that I really miss is som tam, which actually right outside of my last host family's house where I lived for 9 months, they have this som tam shop that I used to get, oh my goodness, almost every day. Not every day, but I love this so much. And it has a really spicy taste. And in English, the English term would be papaya salad. And so it's just super yummy, a mixture of vegetables all together and spices. Yeah, one thing that I really love was going to the market with my host mom every day. And so there are markets in the morning, markets in the afternoon, markets in the evening, and markets on the weekend. So there are various markets throughout the city as well. I think there was like 6 or 7 major ones and then some little ones. And I didn't even live in that big of a city. So going to the market was always super fun, and you get to see so many different foods, and everything is so fresh. Yeah, so the city I went to, I lived in Lampang, which is in the northern part of Thailand. It's about 1.5 hours away from the major northern city, which is called Chiang Mai. And so my area was a little bit more rural. We had mountains and rice fields. It wasn't so rural that there wasn't shopping malls or things like that, but it was a really happy medium, a really good size. When I was on exchange, I actually attended school every day. So I got to meet a ton of friends. My school had around 4,000 people, I believe. So it is a very large school. And people come or travel for maybe like half an hour plus every day to just get to school. Some people. And then others live in the city. While I was there at school, I got to learn traditional Thai instrument. I got to learn Thai cooking, Thai dancing, got to play sports, and just really interacting with the Thai people helped me learn a ton about their culture. I think also one of the most important parts was having a host family, so I could get to know the children and how they act and how they raise their kids as parents, and just really adapt myself and immerse myself in the culture that way. One of the most important parts that will never leave me is the fact of having an open mind. Once you're an exchange student or an international student, your mind can never go back to the way it was before. It's so much broader and so much more accepting and willing to understand different cultures and meet people from around the world. And that's not always easy to find other people that can understand that or appreciate international experiences. So I think that once you're an international student, you will always be one, and just willing to travel the world, learn more, and you become a lot more curious about the world around you. While I was in Thailand, I actually took some online classes from NWTC, which is basically how I started here on campus. And now, 7 months later, I am currently working in student involvement, helping plan activities and working with international students, typing up papers, just doing a whole variety of jobs. Well, being an international student abroad has really helped me to adapt to being back here as well, because just as much as you have to adapt to being somewhere else, you have to adapt to being back home. And so working in the office, I've gotten to work with a variety of people, and you get to meet and interact with students, which is what I love. I love to meet people and get to know them and learn about where they come from and what is their story. And for me, people are one of the most precious things in life, that is how we form friendships, families, and just acquaintances, even at that. People come into your life for maybe just a minute, maybe just a few seconds, or maybe for a long time, but they'll each teach us something, and we're able to teach them something as well. I love the fact that there are international students on campus, which when I first came here, like I said, I've taken online classes. And so I didn't really get to know people and meet people. And so I'm so happy to be on campus and just experience all the students here. There's such a wide variety from people that live near here, that are far from here, that come from other countries, even domestic students as well. There's always a variety and so many different interests here on campus. I think there are a lot of special programs as well, which can really help people to broaden their knowledge and just become more understanding of the world around them. I think working with international students and just being friends with them, again, it just makes my heart so happy because I'm able to get that international flair. I'm able to meet people from all around the world, learn about different cultures, and just make friendships that can last forever. I think I actually have a couple suggestions. One of the first ones is having an open mind. You cannot go anywhere without having an open mind because it's so important to be accepting and understanding of various cultures, and it'll add so much more to your experience. So definitely being open-minded, not being afraid. As before I left as an exchange student, they told us, say yes to everything, which granted within reason, but say yes to everything. There are so many opportunities that exist in the world today, so many different activities, different people, everything. And if you say no, you're limiting yourself from experiences that you could be having. So I think it's important to always want to do, always want to experience and make memories, and don't be afraid to try new things and learn new languages and meet new people. Also, I think it's important to not be shy. I know even when I left before Thailand, it's maybe, I don't want to go talk to them, I don't really know them. Now, oh my goodness, I go talk to everyone. But yeah, it's just important to be willing to make new friends, to have an accepting heart, and be present in where you are in terms of letting yourself meet people that are here and experience things with them while they are here as well. Yes, oh my goodness, yes. I can't wait to get back to Thailand. I talk with my host families about every other weekend, so that's really nice to stay in touch. And my friends too, so many friends. They're really curious about the snow right now, so that's funny. But yeah, I can't wait to go back to Thailand. My future goals include going back to teach English at the school that I attended while I was there. So I think it's so important to give back to the place that gave so much to me. Without going to school there, I wouldn't have the friends, I wouldn't have the experiences, and I wouldn't have learned as much. And so I really would like to give back for everything that they've given to me throughout my time in Thailand. So I cannot wait to go back to Thailand.
Thanks for watching and enjoying the small pieces of the world. NWTC International Student Show, Unity in Diversity.